The Knicks played their first Summer League game on Saturday, and they fell to the Sixers 110-101. Obi Toppin, he spoke to the media on Sunday for the first time since being traded to the Pacers. So let's talk some Knicks basketball with New York Post sports reporter Zach Braziller, who's covering Summer League and joins us from Las Vegas. Zach, we're going to get into the Obi stuff first here because there was a lot of talk among fans as to whether or not the Knicks should have traded Obi Toppin or got more in return for trading him. You spoke to Toppin at his media availability on Sunday. What is the mindset of the power forward now that he's with the Pacers, and how does he view his time in New York?
He really, he kind of took a page out of the Mark McGuire playbook where he says, I'm not here to talk about the past. He really didn't really want to go much into it. He seems very excited about the opportunity he has in Indiana, a young team that likes to play fast, which really kind of fits his game. He did briefly touch on the Knicks tenure and said, look, I'm going to do what my coaches tell me to do. Obviously, I didn't get as many minutes as I wanted. Other than that, though, he had nothing really but positive things to say about his time as a Knick, getting to play in the Garden as a local guy. Wouldn't really address the reports of, having a verbal altercation with Coach Tom Thibodeau after he was benched in Game 4 against the Heat. Not really a surprise. It does Obi no good to blast his former team. He's entering the last year of his rookie deal. He's really got a lot to prove in Indiana. I expect he's going to have a bigger role there, although I do not see him starting with Trace Walker and Miles Turner. But he is going to have more of an opportunity, no question about it. As for the trade, look, it is what it is. The Knicks didn't get much value for a player who was the 8th overall pick in the 2020 draft. And that, to me, was their own doing. He didn't really have much of a role here. He only averaged 14.7 minutes last season. So the Knicks are looking for more. Teams are like, well, if he's so valuable, why didn't you play him more? Now, there were a few reasons for that, obviously. When the Knicks drafted Obi Toppin, nobody knew Julius Randle would emerge as an all-star player. And the other issue is Tom Thibodeau's defense is predicated on having a rim protector. And when you have Obi and Julius Randle playing the 4 and the 5 together, that really isn't possible. Obi's a limited defender. He's not really much of a shot creator. We'll see if with a bigger role in Indiana, he can kind of show some things that he didn't get to show here with the Knicks.
All right, we will see. Knicks fans, I'm sure, will be keeping their eye on him in Indiana to see how things turn out when he's playing for the Pacers. Now, to the Summer League team. On Saturday, you and I, we spoke about Knicks players to watch in Summer League, most notably Isaiah Roby, who could fill the backup power forward spot, possibly. Roby didn't have his best game against the Sixers on Saturday. What does he need to show going forward to have any chance to earn minutes next season?
He's going to play a lot better. I don't think how he plays in Summer League is going to determine his role. It's going to be in workouts and practice, what Tom Thibodeau sees, but he was not impressive yesterday. Trevor Keels was not impressive yesterday. My two favorite Knicks yesterday were Jeffries, who played very well, had 20 points before hurting his hip in the third quarter. And then Jaylen Martin, the undrafted free agent who played for Overtime Elite last year, going straight from high school to pros. He really played well late, showed the ability to get downhill, get in the lane. He had a really nice dunk. He got more confident as the game gone on. Now, look, he's a developmental guy. He's 19 years old. He comes straight from OT Elite. It's going to take time. He's on a two-way contract, but he is a guy that did kind of show you some glimpses. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does the rest of Summer League because he definitely looked nervous early, definitely some jitters. But in that fourth quarter, he really kind of showed some of his potential in terms of getting into the lane and being able to finish.
I want to talk about those two bright spots from yesterday that you just mentioned, right? One, as you mentioned, Jeffries, team high 20 points, also had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. So solid performance. It is Summer League Game 1, so I have to ask this with some measured temperament here. Is Jeffries' performance that something fans should get excited about? Is it worth getting excited about, Zach?
I wouldn't say excited. He is what he is. He's a journeyman. He did spend time with the team last year. Martin would be the guy that I'd be watching, because he is someone for the future. He is someone the team really likes. His high school coach was Charlie Ward. The Knicks spoke with him before they signed him, obviously. He's only 19. Jeffries has been around. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't help them if someone gets hurt and he's pressed into duty. He obviously has been around. But Martin's the guy, to me, that I'll be watching the closest because he is a young guy. And it was impressive, to your first pro game coming straight out of high school, yes, it's Summer League, to kind of get over those early jitters and to perform as he did. He had 12 points. He really showed you something in that fourth quarter.
And sticking with Jaylen Martin, right? You talked about the fact that he may have been a little bit nervous coming into this first professional game. What do you think the 19-year-old Jaylen Martin needs to work on? Good showing on Saturday, but what do you think you want to see more from him as you move through Summer League?
You know, the shooting, that's obviously a big thing. It was something Charlie Ward told me recently about him is he's got to get that shot better. Look, he's a 6'6" long athletic wing, but those guys need to be able to hit three. So his jump shot is obviously something he needs to work on. He missed his only 3-point attempt yesterday. That's kind of really the focal point. But look, this summer team has got a lot of guys that are G League guys that have kind of been around. They only have one draft pick the last 2 years, Trevor Keels, who was not impressive at all on Saturday. But you know, Martin is a young guy. You know, his G League, his overtime elite coach said there was a chance he was going to get drafted late in the second round. They preferred he wait and get a two. You know, the Knicks were willing to give him a two-way, so that's kind of how that worked. But I'm intrigued by Martin. I'd like to see how he does after kind of getting his feet wet.
All right, Martin's a two-way player for Knicks fans to watch. The Knicks continue their summer league action on Sunday. They play the Nets at 5:30. Zach Brazilla will be all over that as he tries to stay cool in Vegas. Zach, always good talking some Knicks hoops with you. Thank you for the time, man.
All right, man. Talk to you later.